Let's make some of it. थोड़ा हम design वगैरह नहीं करते अभी. Let's just add the 2 text boxes and let's start with the addition. So now basically when where is it? When you enter the numbers in these 2 text boxes, it should get the numbers, and when you press the plus button, it should do the addition and show the result over here. So this is the process. This is the solution that you have to provide. So let's start with the text boxes or the input. As I said, if you remember, okay, if you insert the input from the form controls, input हमने करना है, कहाँ है text? Group 5, ये नहीं, check box है, this one, input text. Let's just add it over here. So this form tag will be automatically added. Technically, you don't need this. You can just have the input without the form. ये तब use होता है कि when you have something, जिस तरह हम Google में when you sign in or sign up, you enter the values on your on the page in the text boxes, and when you select login, it takes you to your email inbox or your account. Now, what is happening at that side? The information, the username and the password, it is going to their server. They are checking it. If this account exists or not, then the password is checked, and then it allows you to log in. So basically that is the form post. You can see over here, method is post. You are posting the values to the server. So वो हम नहीं कर रहे अभी, so we don't need this form. You can remove it or you can keep it, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to remove it because it makes it easier, and remove the form. Now the name will be automatically added. You can change it to ID so that we can use it to get the values. Use the ID of the text box appropriately, number 1. So there is the option in the text box as well, that either you can use it as a password input or a number input or a text input. If the HTML that is given to you is just a text input, यानी कि हम इसमें जो भी insert करेंगे, जो भी हम value देंगे, it will be treated as text. If you remember on Thursday we saw this. जो हम prompt में, when you take the value from the user, it takes it as a text value. But we need to perform the additions, the calculation that cannot be performed on the text. So you need to change that value into the number. अभी हम इसको, let's just see what type of value is being written. Let's add a label, or you can simply type first number. Okay, this is the label as the first number. You can simply type it without the label tag as well. First number and second number, and for ID I'm going to change it to number 2. If it's better to take it to the next line, the BR tag is to take this to the next line. Okay, now we have the 2 input boxes. Yes. Let's start with the script. Script को हम सबसे end में रखते हैं. What is the first step that you have to do, or you can write down the steps. First step is get the values, okay, from 2 text boxes. Then there would be a button. हम पहले button add कर देते हैं. Now again, you can use this input button as well. Input name button, type button. Okay. click on the design, and this is the button. There is a button tag as well that does the same job. Okay, both do the same job, only the tag is different. Now when button add is clicked, what should happen? Add the two numbers. Okay, so this is a good way to write down the steps, just like the algorithm. You know what to do so that later on you can change the steps. So how to get the values? Here I'm going to declare the two numbers as well. Now I can technically use the same name for as the ID. Like just for us to differentiate it, I'm going to use as first, second हम कर लेते हैं. And second. और एक answer variable भी, let's define that. So the first would have the value from this text box. How to do that? Document dot get element by ID. What's the ID name? It was number 1. ठीक है, this is the ID number 1 for the first text box. तो उसमें जो भी text होगा, we will get that. Dot think here inside the bracket, only have to go this one? Yes. Both are fine. Single or double. I think it's value. Just to be sure, I'm going to use console log, and I'm going to display the value that I got from the first text box. अच्छा, अभी जो है, I'm just going to input the text and some numbers as well. अच्छा, one thing. As there is no nothing displayed in console, I'm just going to write something. Inspect. ठीक है? This hello is displayed. इसका मतलब है कि यहाँ की वैल्यू नहीं आ रही. Let me just check के वैल्यू वो यही था. जिस तरह हम सिंपल आउटपुट करते हैं ना वेब पेज पे या कहीं भी, इससे सिंपल आउटपुट. वो तो जस्ट ये कि बिकॉज आई सॉ दैट देयर इज नथिंग बीइंग डन. अब मैंने ये यहाँ पे कोड लिखा है, दिस वन, and I am displaying it the first value of first in the console, but it's not coming, it's blank. So I just want to see ke usme like it's going through these lines as well or not. तो इसलिए मैंने उसको यहाँ पे लिखा है. That means ke it is getting, there is no mistake, there is no syntax problem, there is something logical. Like for example, maybe it's not value. ये मैंने देखा था पहले, नॉट वैल्यू ही है. Okay, I'm going to do one thing. Yeah. So now when I click on the button then I want to display the value. How will you do that? When the button is clicked, what do you want to do? अभी तक हमने ये किया था, like before, what we were doing was we were just adding one line of code in the यहाँ पे ये रहा बटन. 1 minute, इसका नेम निकाल देते हैं. What was the event when you select or when you click on the button? On click. And what do we need to do? Okay, but it is being done in the script over here. And there are maybe 2 and 3 lines. So instead of writing 2-3 lines in the on click event, what you can do is you can make a function. Function हमने किए थे उसमें algorithms में procedures किया था मेरे ख्याल से. Procedure हमने किया था, like you make a procedure and then you call the procedure when from another line. So I'm going to make a procedure over here. Function add. Whenever you are creating a method or in other words procedure, you need to have these 2 signs. जिस तरह हमने किया था जिससे console.log है, it's a method. It needs these 2 round bracket opening and closing. Right now, I'm just creating this add function, so I'm going to just make it blank. And then the braces. Within the braces, whatever you add, it will be inside this function. It will not run until and unless this function is called, then it will go inside the function and perform the instructions. So हम इसमें ये कर देते हैं first और फिर console and then close the bracket. So basically now these 2 lines of code are being done within the function add. Now there are 2 steps to making or using a function. First you have to write the code, you have to make the name of the function and everything, declare the function, and then you have to call it, otherwise nothing will happen. Okay, you have to call it, you have to write it somewhere. अब वो कहाँ पे हमने call करना है? When the button is clicked, then we want to do that. When the button add is clicked, then you want to do these 2 lines, right? तो वो हमने लिख दिया add में. So you what you are going to do, you just write add and then the bracket signs. So at this point it will go, you can simply click and control and click and it will go over here. Instead of writing the 2 lines, or maybe we need to have 3-4 lines of code later on, have writing this indirectly in on click, you make a function and just write the name of the function over here. Now अब इसकी sequence क्या होगी? You will write something in the text box. Second के लिए भी हमने कुछ नहीं किया. Let's just deal with the first box. I just want to get the values for now. Then when the button is clicked and you can see in the button, अच्छा ये 2 buttons हम एक को निकाल देते हैं, 1 second. When it is clicked, the function add will be called, and where will it go? It will go to over here. Then it should get the value from the first text box, और वो value को display भी करना है. Now let's see. Add. अब कंसोल में ही काम हो रहा है सारा. लेट्स गो एंड चेक द कंसोल एंड DA is displayed. आशा नहीं समझ आ रही? What part? You understand the making a function part, right? ठीक है. Whenever you make a function, unless and until you name it, or technically it is called, you call the function. जिस तरह नेम, अब स्टूडेंट्स का आप जब नेम बुलाते हैं तो वो आगे से जवाब देगा ना, ऐसी तो नहीं ना जवाब देते. Think of it that way. You have to call it somewhere so that the program will go inside that function and then perform the lines, the instructions, whatever is written. Even if you make it, it will not do anything unless and until you are using the name of the method somewhere. On click में वो function का नाम है. Add करना है, जो भी इस function का नाम है, it should be the same first of all. अगर कोई spelling mistake होगी, of course it means it cannot find that function. And how does it know it's a function or a method? Because of these brackets. Yes. ठीक है, अब हमारे पास एक वैल्यू तो आ गई. Now within this function हमने add में basically क्या होना चाहिए? When you click on add, we wrote that it should get the two values. कहाँ लिखा था? हाँ, get the two values and then add the two numbers. हमने एक value, we have received the first value. Let's just do it for the second one as well. Number 2. Now remember that any value that you get from a text box, what type value will it be? It will be a string or a text value. So you cannot perform any calculations in that. You need to change it to numbers. It's another method, number, और इसको हम डायरेक्ट इसी में कर लेंगे. It was number or capital N? Sorry? Yes. Yellow से इसका मतलब है कि either it is something additional or something is missing. हमने लास्ट क्या किया था? हमने पॉपअप्स किए थे. नहीं. ये मुझे नहीं आइडिया कि कब होगा, क्या होगा. Number is not defined. It was number. Okay, it works now. It's capital N, number. Go for your break, then we will continue. Allah. Sorry? मेरी जो दूसरी पिक्चर है वो पिक्चर सेव नहीं होती. पिक्चर है फोल्डर में है. पिक्चर है फोल्डर में, लाइक उसकी जगह वो छोटा पिक्चर आइकन आता है. वो यानी कि उसका ये मतलब है कि इट कैन नॉट फाइंड द पिक्चर. देयर मस्ट बी सम स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक. जो उसमें लिखा है ना कि कहाँ सोर्स में SRC में जो पिक्चर का नेम है वो उसमें कुछ होगा. चेक द स्पेलिंग. Yeah, move the projector a little bit to the left. वो साइड में नजर आ रही है.